your lab coats and goggles as today we talk about collecting and finding patterns of change on Earth. And specifically, we're going to look at the different type of seasons that we experience. Let's get into it. Now, let's talk about our essential question. Remember, essential questions in science and in different lessons can help us think about what we already know about a topic, and it helps us connect to new ideas that we're going to learn today to help us produce a new thought about the topic. Our essential questions will be focused on our different science topics. So look for keywords. In those keywords, the minute you see them and recognize them, I want you to think, what do I already know about this topic? Once you have that in your mind, you want to look at the question again to see what we're trying to answer today or what are we trying to answer about that topic. It's important to remember that an essential question is like a goal as well. By the end of our science lesson, you should confidently be able to answer the essential question. Let's go over our essential question for today. When we talk about patterns of the earth, we're going to be focusing on three essential questions. The essential questions for this topic are as followed. Listen to me first. How can we predict how the patterns we observe on earth will continue? Say that one with me. How can we predict how the patterns we observe on Earth will continue? Let's look at the second one. Listen to me first. How do shadows change during the seasons? Say that one with me. How do shadows change during the seasons? And the last one. What is the sequence order of the moon's appearance each month? Say that one with me. What is the sequence order of the moon's appearance each month? For this activity, we are going to talk about some of our favorite outdoor activities. Think about any outdoor activity that you like to do. Is it swimming? Is it biking? Is it sleigh riding? Is it making snowman? What do you like to do outside? Pause and talk about it as a class, and then come back and we're going to take a vote on some. Now, you guys had a chance to talk as a class as some activities you enjoy to do outside. Now, why are we talking about this? Well, each of these activities has something to do with a different season, or it may be associated with a different season because you can only do it in that type of season. I'm going to give us 4 different types of examples, and on a piece of paper or your whiteboards, you guys are going to match the closest season that these activities could be played in. The 4 activities we are going to look at are swimming, any kind of outdoor sports like football, baseball, basketball, sledding, and then things like bike riding, rollerblading, skateboarding. These are all different kinds of examples of outdoor activities. I put them on the screen so you can see them. What I want you to do on your pieces of paper is I want you to write down these 4 activities and also write down the 4 seasons. I'll put them up on the board for you. Summer, fall, winter, and spring. I want you to take time to match these 4 seasons to the 4 different types of activities. What types of activities go with each of the seasons? You can work with a partner. Give yourselves about 2 minutes and then come back and play the video to see if you're right. When thinking about the best seasons to do these activities, here's how I match them up. I think swimming is done in the summertime, the warm weather, and as much sunlight gives us a lot of time to go out and swim, dry off, and hang out with our friends. In fall time, I think it's a good time for outdoor sports. We're losing a little bit of sunlight, but we're able to enjoy some outdoor sports after school or even during school during the day, and it's not too hot outside. In the winter time, I put sledding down. Sledding is obviously when the snow comes, and although the days are shorter and the nights are a lot chillier than in the summertime, I definitely think sledding is a winter activity. And then lastly, I matched biking, riding, scooters and rollerblading, things like that, up with springtime. That makes me think of springtime because the weather starts to get warm again. Sometimes it just rained outside, so it's still pretty cool. But also, we can get those nice warm days to hang out and relax. Now, let's talk about what this has to do with what we're learning today, the Earth itself. You can see here that our Earth is on the tilt, and you can see this little blue line Our Earth is spinning along that line while also going around the sun. So eventually it will end up on this side. Right now, we see that North America, where we live over here, is facing away from the Earth. That means that the southern half of the Earth, you can see down here, those places are tilted towards the sun and they're receiving the most direct sunlight. So we're not receiving a lot of sunlight when we're tilted away from the sun. And because of that, we're experiencing winter when we are tilted away from the sun. However, when we rotate around the sun and we end up facing towards the sun, here is North America here, because we're tilted towards the sun and we are receiving direct sunlight, that means during this time we are experiencing winter. Now, to see all the different seasons, it's a little blurry, so I'll explain it. Like we talked about, we have winter and summer, depending on if we are facing the sun, we're getting summer, and if we're looking away from the sun, we're getting winter. On these sides, we have autumn and spring being experienced depending on where we are facing the sun. So if we're closer to the sun, we're experiencing spring, and if we're farther away from the sun, we're experiencing autumn. All of these different positions of the earth and how we rotate and revolve around the sun allows us to experiencing the different seasons. But that's not the only thing we're experiencing. You guys are going to take a look at the different moon phases and the patterns that we see from Earth because of the different moon phases today as a class. Good luck, scientists, and I'll see you guys soon.